This item sold for $300 and I paid $10. And all I did was basically wipe it down and list it for $289. And I have had more questions about how are you going to ship that than any other item that I can remember. This is the tag, Hager 6048. Whoo! And it's from 1986. And so the question remains, how do you ship a 22-inch tall hollow piece of ceramic art? Because you don't want to see this busted for 300 bucks. I'll show you. Is this the best way? Oh no. Is it the right way? It's not the wrong way. Is it the only way? Almost certainly not. So somebody's going to feel the need to comment about Levi being right here. Somebody's going to feel the need to comment about how I could have done a better job. Let's give them their moment. You're right, I could have done better. This is how I'm going to do it, and how I do it in a way that makes me comfortable shipping from Central Illinois to Oregon a $300 piece of glass. First off, we're going to fill the hollow void. And it's always good to have, like, I don't save a lot of Amazon fluff, but I do save these. So there's your void fill. That was kind of crazy how that was perfect. And then, not because it's necessary, but because I have it available, I'm going to grab shrink wrap and shrink wrap the bottom, probably the whole thing. And this thing is like manhandleable. It's easy enough to hold it and work with the material. Sometimes something you're dealing with would be heavy and thus harder to do this with. Levi would like to make known that an actual cat would be hard to shrink wrap. Okay, and then I went to U-Haul. This thing is about 8 by 11 by 21 and a half. I went to U-Haul and I got 12 by 12 by 40. And then I will take and measure this from the desk up 22 inches to and make marks so that I can cut this box down to match that. So then you run, I mean, you could get a better sized box if you can find one, but this is what I had available. So then I run the knife a little bit and score along there. And I know I'm not going to need most of this panel. So now I have this smaller, what's going to be a much smaller box. And then, now I have this box. I'm going to use most of a roll of bubble wrap, wrapping this guy up. So now we're going to take the paper, because this is down in here and it will move around. You don't want it moving. So we're going to take paper and we're going to void fill this small box. Okay, a little editorial note here. I went from the time-lapse mode and I was trying to go to regular recording, and instead I went to slow-mo. So this is captured in slow-mo, and then rather than lose the footage, I sped it up. So it's a little awkward, but the point carries over. But that's why some of this is a little weird.
This and it might make it like this, but I'm certainly not going to trust that when all this money is on the line. Have a 15 by 15 by 48, which again is way too tall, but we can cut it down.
Now we have this box, and we're gonna put void fill in the bottom of it, and then stick that box in the top. Okay, so I filled it with, I put a bunch of crumpled paper in the bottom and then a piece of cardboard, and then I'm gonna wrap the box in bubble wrap around the outside. Okay, so like this, the box is wrapped. I'm gonna do the bottom too, and then there's already cushion on the bottom of the internal or the external box. Crumpled up paper and a piece of cardboard, and that is like a trampoline. That is not gonna let something bust. Okay, and so now you can see that there's bubble wrap around every edge of the internal box, and there's a lot of airspace in between the cat and this internal box. And then we'll do paper on the top. I did do a layer of cardboard on the top of here. Not that it makes a lot of difference, but then I'll do paper there and then close the box up. And here is a finished box. 15 by 15 by 28 and 13 pounds. And it's going to Oregon, and it's going to cost me $47. So we're going to take this to UPS, and this video is posting long after that thing shipped already, because I'm going to finish the video and then wait until it's delivered to ensure that it got there safely and that the system worked. So I paid $9.49 plus sales tax, which put me at $10.35 for the item. It sold for $289.99, and it sold under a promoted listing, so it'd be 4% of the promoted listing. So I'm calling it 20% in fees, which puts me at $231.99. After the $47 it cost me to ship, now I'm at $184.99, and then the $17 that I paid for shipping materials puts me at $167.99. And if you want to be real particular, then we'll call it 25%. I'll have to save out of that income in order to pay for federal income tax. So $125.99 is kind of the number after I paid for everything. I got to pay eBay, the government, U-Haul, UPS, and Goodwill before I can pay myself. So out of a $300 sale, I get about $125 in my pocket. But that was worth $125. It took me 15 minutes to pack. It took me 10 minutes to get from Goodwill. So hopefully that helps answer some questions about how on earth are you going to ship that thing. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the other videos.